Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm mustering up all of the Irish within me. Not very much, but we all celebrate St. Patrick, and hey, he wasn't Irish either. He was a Roman citizen who moved to Ireland. Interesting little fact, until just about 50 years ago, it was illegal to drink in Ireland on St. Patrick's Day. It was a religious holiday and declared by the state to be observed as such. All the bars and tap rooms were ordered to be closed. So I'm pretty glad they changed that law, and I'm guessing they are too. And there are more Irish in America than there are in Ireland. So I got to be very careful about what I might say. But my kids are half Irish, so I guess I'm safe. This week, the Senate takes up the nomination of Neil Gorsuch to be an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. His confirmation hearings begin. And we're still hearing talk of the dreaded F word. That's filibuster, in case you were wondering. And some Democrats are still saying that they may try to filibuster the nomination of Neil Gorsuch. You wonder on what basis, because they really haven't come up with much of anything in opposition to him. There's some talk about him being too corporate or corporate friendly, but bluntly they say that about any Republican. There's no real evidence that he's overstepped any legal bound or gone out of any ordinary avenue of decision making on corporation cases that have come before him. The other thing is they've come up with some mumbo jumbo about enhanced interrogation studies he did under the Bush administration. But again, nothing even close to a quote unquote smoking gun. Nothing. So let's see whether or not the Democrats actually try to filibuster the Gorsuch nomination. Something that's never been successful in the annals of American history. Some folks will mention Abe Fortas, but a totally different set of circumstances there, and not somebody being brought on to the court as a nominee to be confirmed. So let's see. Mitch McConnell and the Senate Republicans still say that they are willing to exercise the so-called nuclear option if necessary, but I think everybody hopes that it doesn't get to that, because that fundamentally changes the way the Senate does business really forever, because they're not going to go back on that rule, and eventually those things come back to bite you in the tail when you do them. Ask Harry Reid, who changed the rule on Senate confirmation of every court underneath the Supreme Court. He says now he regrets that. The other place where the F-bomb is still being used is over on the House side, where the Obamacare repeal and replacement bill is moving through the reconciliation process in order to avoid a threatened Senate filibuster of it. That's boxed in the House Republicans in a lot of ways, because there are some Byzantine rules regarding the reconciliation process, which most notably have kept very popular items like the ability to purchase insurance plans across state lines and medical liability reform out of the package. That will have to come later. And so there's still some restiveness among conservative Republicans about the Ryan plan. But they're getting those votes together. It's likely to pass the House, not so likely, at least at this point, to pass the Senate, but it could actually go to conference where they'll work out a compromise that could be passed by both the House and the Senate and sent to President Trump for his signature. I know this, though. The American people want action. They want Congress to get things done, and they're looking to them now to make sure that it is. Let's keep watching. And that's the best 60-ish seconds of your week.